Today we're going to make a collagraph, and with collagraphs it's super important to have lots of different textures. So I have a variety of different textures that you can cut apart and create your collagraph with. For this assignment you'll want to have at least 6 different textures. So I've got this kind of material here. It's actually a bag, but I want you to cut it apart and use the different textures that are here. I've got different like shaped beans that you can glue down. I've got different rice that you can glue down, sandpaper, corrugated cardboard, so lots of different things for you to use and glue down. And what I was thinking for my scene is I was going to create, and I'm going to use this kind of texture here, cut off a piece. And what I was thinking is I wanted to create an underwater kind of sea scene. And so at the bottom here, all that coral and seaweed and kelp. So I'm going to create some of that texture by using my scissors and cutting this. And then good old Elmer's glue can glue this down. And you can layer things on this collagraph. So I was thinking a layer some of those beans that I was talking about. I thought that would give it an interesting texture here. So I'm just laying some glue down, and then I'm gonna put those beans over the top because they're kind of circular in shape. You can see that round kind of texture it starts to give from those beans. I was thinking about making a turtle and cutting out the turtle shell with some railroad board to give it a different texture. So you can see that shell of the turtle. But now you're starting to see like that texture of the coral that I was wanting to get at here with this. Okay, and then I thought maybe the sandpaper would give it some more texture, so I could and put some glue on the back here. And I want you to build up and be detailed with your texture. Okay, and then I could use more of that netting kind of here. Make some more coral. So you're gonna come up with kind of a game plan and get lots of details and add it on here. And so here it's like TV magic. I have more to my scene here. I've got some of the coral, some of the sandpaper, some of the bag. Then I use the corrugated cardboard for some of the texture of the turtle here. And then I've got a little fish going on up here. I was thinking about in between some of these here, using some of the rice to give it some more texture. So just gluing down some of the rice. But you want to get at least 6 different textures in here. Follow the direction of the form of things. Really look at how they, how the proportions or the textures of things are, and see if you can mimic that with some of these found objects for your Collagraph. So that's kind of step 1, is you're building this Collagraph using lots of different texture, a variety. In between here, I'm going to add more rice. But you can see I've already built up and I've already got more than 6 different textures. And I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out when I first create my embossment, which is a soaking plain paper and then running it through the press. And then on one of those embossments, we're going to add some watercolor. So I think it's going to be really pretty to see what we can do on those embossments. And then we'll eventually use these Collagraphs and print with them as well. So our first step is kind of deciding what kind of scene that you want to do, and then how are you going to incorporate kind of 6 different textures within your scene here. So that's our first step of our Collagraph.